America's mood has hit rock bottom. A wave of new polling shows that across political lines, voters are angry, exhausted, and losing faith not just in politicians, but in the very idea of the American dream. And here's the kicker. The one man who once screamed, "The American dream is dead," might finally be right, because he's the one who killed it. Fresh surveys from Politico and ABC News paint a bleak picture of where Americans think this country is headed. Nearly half of all respondents, 49%, say the best years of the United States are behind us, while just 41% still believe the best is yet to come. Even more revealing, 46% now say the American dream no longer exists. Not that it's broken, not that it's fading. Gone. That dream, the idea that hard work and perseverance could guarantee upward mobility, has been on life support for decades. And under Trump's influence, the plug was finally pulled. You can trace this collapse straight back to the rise of Reaganomics and the Republican obsession with trickle-down economics. For 45 years, wealth has flowed upward while wages stagnated. Corporate profits soared while working families fell behind. And even when Democrats took office, too many of them kept the same economic framework in place. But under Trump, the system wasn't just tilted, it was weaponized. His tax cuts shoveled trillions to billionaires, gutted healthcare protections, and left working Americans footing the bill. Now even Trump's own base is starting to see through the illusion. In these new polls, 64% of Trump voters and 70% of Harris voters agree that the government routinely lies to its citizens. That's not cynicism, that's collapse of trust. Meanwhile, 51% of Democrats and 38% of Trump voters say the American dream no longer exists. That's a rare bipartisan consensus, and it's not something to celebrate. Think about what these numbers really mean. A majority of Americans across parties believe the system is broken beyond repair. 70% of Democrats say life is worse than it was 5 years ago. Even among Trump voters, fewer than half say things have improved. People aren't just frustrated, they're hopeless. This is what happens when a nation spends generations told that billionaires deserve tax breaks, but teachers can't afford groceries. When politicians talk about family values, but strip away healthcare and housing. And when one man, Donald Trump, turns political despair into a business model, convincing Americans that destruction itself is the solution. According to the polls, 52% of Americans now believe radical change is necessary to make life better. They're right, but radical doesn't mean chaos. It means courage. It means electing leaders who aren't afraid to challenge Wall Street, to fight for Medicare for all, to demand living wages, to rebuild unions, to tax billionaires fairly. Because the American dream didn't die naturally. It was murdered by policy. It was gutted by every corporate tax loophole, every deregulation bill, every law written by lobbyists and signed by bought-out politicians. And the only way to revive it isn't nostalgia, it's transformation. The good news? Change is still possible. But it won't come from the same generation of career politicians clinging to their seats. It'll come from new voices, leaders who understand what it means to struggle, to fight, and to dream in a system rigged against you. The polls make it clear, Americans are angry, tired, and desperate for something better. The next step is to turn that anger into action, to vote out the obstructionists and build a government that serves the people again. Donald Trump killed the dream, but we don't have to let him bury it. If you believe America can still build a future where hard work pays off, where healthcare is a right, and where truth matters, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and tell us in the comments, what does the real American dream look like to you today? Let's rebuild it together.